What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Phil, the king of thrift. Thanks for tuning in today. What we're going to be talking about are disgruntled or angry customers and how to best deal with them. So stick around. Welcome back, everybody. For those of you who've never been to this channel, if you want to learn how you can work from home and be your own boss while making money on eBay, then you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Let's get right into the topic today, and that is disgruntled or angry customers and how to deal with them. The first thing to do with angry customers is, number one, you want to empathize with them. So in other words, you want to let them know that you understand where they're coming from. You know, if they're having a situation with, something that maybe doesn't fit right, or something that, maybe the colors didn't look right, or maybe they got it and they just weren't happy with it, then just let them know, though, that you understand, in other words, that you've been there before. And you'd be surprised at how far that will go right from the get-go with letting people know that, that you're a caring person and that you're basically someone who empathizes with another person. So the first thing you want to do is let them know that you understand where they're coming from. Alright guys, the next thing you want to do is find out exactly what the problem is. So in other words, customers can be sort of vague as far as what their problem is. I mean, many times, you can understand right off the bat as far as, in other words, if they say, well, this doesn't fit right. Or maybe they say, like I said, maybe the colors weren't right. Or maybe they say, they just didn't like it, or maybe it looked different in the picture. So they thought it was going to be nicer. It doesn't matter, whatever it might be. What you want to do is clarify and crystallize exactly what it is that's the problem. Okay, now once you found out exactly what the problem is, if it is your fault, then the first thing you want to do is apologize right off the bat. Let them know that you're sorry, and I know how you feel. I apologize for the inconvenience. I apologize for the mix-up. I apologize for the colors not being accurate. Whatever it might be, just apologize. And if it's not your fault, then don't apologize, guys. Many people will preach and teach that the customer is always right, but that's not always the case. If you're not in the wrong, you never want to apologize, because what happens when you apologize for something that you didn't do, then you've automatically admitted to fault, and in their eyes, it's instantly gone from basically an unhappy customer to this is your fault customer. So then they've got the blame, and they've placed it squarely upon your shoulders. And like I said, if it's not your fault, you don't want to apologize. Now, that's not to say that you don't want to empathize and that you don't. What I do a lot of times is, when it's not my fault and my customers are upset, is I will tell them, well, I'm sorry you're unhappy. So that's a good phrase that you can use. Let them know that you're sorry they're unhappy and you understand how they feel. All right, guys. My next tip is, don't argue with your customers. Okay, especially when you have an irate customer, or if you got someone who's really upset, do not argue with them, because all you're going to do is make you're throwing gas on the flame. So don't argue with your customer. It's really simple, but I know sometimes it's difficult. I've been there, done that many times, especially when you've got a customer who's totally unreasonable for this reason or that whatever reason. What I've found in this game is that 99 out of 100 people are great people. Most of the people out there are good people, but there is 1 in 100 that's always going to be unreasonable, and they're going to be ungrateful, and they're going to be, basically you just can't please them. In that particular instance, don't argue with them, because you're just going to make it worse, and what's going to happen in the end is you're going to end up with a negative feedback. You don't want that. Alright guys, my next tip for dealing with disgruntled or angry customers is, 9 times out of 10 you can actually offer them a partial refund. Yeah, you'd be surprised at how many people, if you just offer them a partial refund, depending on the severity of the situation, it's going to basically depend on how much you offer them. But if you will offer them a partial refund and you let them know, that you're going to give them, say if they spent $50 on the item and they're not happy for whatever reason, you just let them know that you will offer them, say, a $10 refund, and they can just keep the item. And many times, you'd be surprised at how many times people will, they will accept that offer. And for them, it's a good deal, because they get to keep the item and they don't have to go through the hassle of returning it, getting down to their post office, throwing it back in the box, and packaging it back up, and you'd be surprised how many people don't want to deal with that. So offer a partial refund. Now, what happens many times, and it's happened to me, more times than I can count, is I will offer a partial refund and the customer says no, that's unacceptable. And what I will do is I'll come back with a partial refund in a greater amount. So in other words, if I offer $10 partial refund in the beginning, I'll say, okay, well, how about a $20 refund, or maybe a $15 refund? You know, sometimes, I mean, I might even go as high as maybe a $25 refund, depending on how much they spent on that item. But, you know, offer a refund. If they refuse it, offer a higher dollar amount refund. You'd be surprised how many times that can take care of your situation. And, you know, I know you guys don't want to do refunds, partial refunds, but look at it this way. You know, you're going to have a happy customer, number one. Number two, you're going to get a positive feedback. And number three, you're not going to lose money on that item. More than likely, you know, if you spent $5 or $10 on an item and you sold it for $50 and you end up having a refund, you say you offer a refund of $10 and they say no. Then you offer a refund of, say, $15, they say yes. Well, you still got $35 for that item, but you only spent $5 or $10 for. So it still comes out a win for you. So offer a refund. If they don't take it, offer a higher dollar amount refund. And 9 times out of 10, that's going to take care of that customer. If not, we go on to the next thing. Now, another great way to deal with disgruntled or angry customers, or someone who's upset about something that they've received and, you know, they would say, you know, not as described, or, you know, fill in the blank. But what you can do is, say if your customer spent $25 on a particular item. Well, what you can do is offer them partial refund, you know, then offer them a upgraded refund. If they don't do that, if they won't accept it, then what you do is say, okay, well, since you spent $25 on the item, what I'm willing to do is give you a $35 credit to my store. Send the item back to me, I'll give you a $35 credit to my store. That's a win for you guys. So, you know, just offer a refund and offer a credit to your store in a greater amount. You'd be surprised how many people will accept that, because they spent $25 to begin with, and, you know, you're offering them $35. So, you know, they've really got nothing to lose at that point. And if you've got a pretty decent if you have a decent inventory, they're going to be happy with that. So, that's my next tip, guys. All right, just a couple more things with dealing with disgruntled customers. If all of these things fail and they fail to, you know, work with you and they don't want to do anything, then what you have to do is basically offer them a full refund, including return shipping. And I know it sucks, guys. It really does suck, because you can basically be out quite a bit of money when you end up having to pay the refund, including return shipping. But that's what you want to offer. You say, okay, hey, I see you're not happy, and, you know, you're not willing to accept anything that I'm trying to offer here. So, hey, send the item back for a full refund, and I'll be more than happy to cover the return shipping. And that's the attitude that you want to do it with, because in the end, at the very least, you leave with a positive feedback, which is good. You never want to get a negative feedback. Anything you can do to avoid it is what you need to do. All right, and on that note, what you want to do is make sure that your customer is going to leave you a positive feedback. And as far as that goes, it's basically a point blank question. You know, after all is said and done and you've basically reached an agreement, then you want to say, you know, after you let them know, you know, you're going to be, you know, that they can send the item back, or you're going to give them a full refund, or you're going to give them a partial refund. You just want to say, hey, I'm assuming that you will be leaving us positive feedback. And if not, please let me know what I can do to change your mind, or what I can do to make sure that this is a pleasant experience for you, and that you do leave us positive feedback, and that you do shop with us again in the future. Because what's most important in this eBay game is maintaining a positive feedback rating. Above all else, you don't want a negative on your account. So, you know, if you got to bend over backwards and do backflips for your customer, sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to eat a $20 bill or a $50 bill or even a $100 bill. You got to do it, guys. You don't want that negative, and it's worth paying that money to keep that negative off your account. Make sure the customer's going to leave you positive feedback. All right, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you go down into the description section of this video and download your free copy of Selling Men's Shoes on eBay. This is a quick start guide to getting started to selling men's shoes on eBay, or women's for that matter. And I've also included in this book the top 25 men's shoes brands to sell on eBay. Now, this is absolutely free. You can download it for free in the description section of this video. And this is a thank you to all my subscribers and all you guys who watch my channel. Now, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up if it's helped you out, and make sure, if you haven't already, that you subscribe to my channel so you can learn how you can work from home and be your own boss. I put out more videos daily almost, guys, if not every other day. So check back often for more videos on how you can crush it, how you can make more money on eBay, how you can survive in the hustle game, or you can make a good side income, or you can make a good full-time income at this. I've been 15 years in this game, and this channel, I'm giving away all my tips, tricks, and strategies. I'm giving it all away, guys. So make sure you subscribe and tune in for more videos. Till my next one, you guys be good.
I'm looking for that gold, popping tags. Now it's time to take it home. Let's get it sold. I'm in the thrift game. No, I ain't about that fame. The record shops for 20 years in the game, man.